we have arrived in Almond, New York at the small municipal building. Good crowd here. It's, I don't know, 10:15 a.m. Yeah, good crowd. I mean, any indication that, a hobby is healthy is a busy community center. And, yeah, we're going to go in and scan. I got big pockets for little connectors and things. Yeah, it was kind of a white knuckle drive. It was kind of scary in spots, especially because I have a shredded windshield wiper. It was frozen to the windshield this morning, so there's kind of looks like a shoelace hanging off, and then they go squeaky, yeah, like it's etching glass. It's pretty awful. So once we're done here, I'm gonna go right for an auto parts store and get some new wipers for this thing. Okay, all right, let's go in and check it out.
You want the number? Yeah.
Well, I kept going through and talking to myself.
That's what you gotta do.
Once the shelves are overflowing.
Yep. Well, now you got more shelf space to buy stuff.
Not really. It's on the start to pile up on the floor.
All right. Morning.
I am around. Yeah, my dad is over here. I was on a different station on right down around 8 meg. Oh, and I stretched the antenna
I was
out.
about to say CH2 Canada.
Stretched the antenna out, but didn't adjust the antenna to compensate that.
I've owned a lot of things.
Box I bought for it. All I have to compliment you on that's got to be the smallest. Okay.
Bob Isle.
Yeah. Yep. All right.
Right now, I just got a G5RD, it's great and all day, so I get two.
Yeah, I missed my.
Yeah, I would do my.
I mean, I have multiple end feds, but I have the one that's 136 feet. I had used 891. It's got a great display.
Did you get coffee and a donut over there? It's a donation, whatever you think is reasonable. Linda mentioned.
Well, that was not the hamfest I was picturing. But I just bought every tube this dude had. He's just like, I don't want to take this shit home with me. Why don't you give me 20 bucks for all these tubes? Wait, you see how many tubes? And very cool tube cases. So there's tubes like still in their boxes and things. I'm going to my car to get it, to bring it close, because there's a lot of shit to load up. I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do with these tubes, but you know, 20 bucks. And considering the trip I took out here, there's nothing else for me to walk out of there with. There's literally nothing. That's too bad. I don't think I achieved anything on my list, except maybe the tubes that I wanted. We'll see. I don't know anything about tubes, but I guess I'm apparently gonna learn now because there's a shit ton. So now I'm gonna go pull the car up over. Guy's gonna help me load up. Okay. Well, well, you saw what I saw in there. It was a dozen people. I saw all these cars and I realized those are mostly the vendors. And then they're all done. I mean, they were here last night setting up late, and then they were here at like 7:15 this morning. So I didn't get here until about 10:30. So I don't know. It opened at 8. So maybe all the business was, you know, first come first serve. Anyway, I cleared out a guy's tubes.
I cleared out a guy's tubes.
I don't ever want to hear myself saying that sentence ever again. But I got a carload of tubes. I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do with them, but I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna learn about tubes real quick. And I grabbed 3 VHF radios for free. So, now I gotta go find an auto parts store. So this was interesting. I was way over prepared. I mean, I got two pages of a shopping list of stuff I wanted to get, connectors and wire, and it was a lot of it was antenna making stuff. But I was curious in, you know, some of these little handheld software defined radios, and yeah, so I'm sure, I mean, the weather probably scared people off because it's pretty crappy, and the roads were pretty crappy, so you can see things were not super. All right, auto parts store, and then we're gonna head back home. So successful. You know, I want to be nice because, you know, I'm gonna put a YouTube video on of this excursion, and this was a amateur radio club that put on this you know, hamfest, and I have nothing to compare it to. I have no benchmark, but I'm glad I came and said hi to a couple people and chatted about a couple things, and they were just all obviously in a hurry to leave. They're all like, "You sure you don't want this? You sure you don't want this?" Yeah, shredded. Okay, cool. Let's go get some wipers and then head home. So, not gonna lie, I mean, I really over prepared for that. I think a lot of it had to do with me looking at. I watched some videos on some people going to hamfests. You know, to see what kind of things. You know, I'm like, well, do they have the kind of things I'm looking for? And, you know, and all the videos I saw, I'm like, oh man, piles of them, tables of them, all the connectors and the wire. There's a wire man that comes, and he's got wire, and there's an antenna guy, and there's the ICOM guy, and there's the guy from the radio prep, and all this other stuff. There was nothing. There was like 5 guys there that just looked miserable, and they all had just old radios and stuff. And yeah, so I over prepared. I mean, I got all these things. You know, I brought little samples of all the coaxes I have in case I need to get a downsize some coax for like a PL259 connector or something like that. And yeah, I had a notebook with all the stuff. I had a whole page of wants and a whole page of needs. And yeah, I don't know. I may have crossed one thing off that list, that being a couple of tubes, VFO tubes for my shortwaves. But I don't know. I got it. If I walked out of there with like hundreds of tubes and not find the ones that I need in there, I'll be bummed about that. But in the process, you know, I was thinking I was going to be going home after this and have maybe like a new little receiver to play with. I mean, I was just looking for some cheapo, like an old scanner or an old, just an old, like a little portable, like 60s or 70s. AM FM shortwave, just something to play with. Well, I don't know. I was just looking for something to play with. There was nothing. There was nothing. But I did get a carload of tubes and 3 radios for free. So, if anything, I mean, there were some parts, right? I mean, apparently they'll fire up. Apparently they just need to be programmed by someone. Now, I don't know what that entails. Hard to say whether it's, it's a legal issue in there or even what their frequency range is. I believe they're all UHF. It's unclear. The guy wasn't sure. If they're VHF or UHF. But they were on a repeater system, and there was a repeater switch, which I grabbed as well for free. So, I don't know. But, so I'm going through winding roads with not perfect road conditions, so I'm going to make this brief. Oh, and by the way, I went looking for antique stores. I went to 3 of them that were all nice and close by to where this hamfest was. And all their signs said they are open from at least the hours, where it says hours are posted, and none of them are open. And then I tried putting antique stores in my route on the way home, and that didn't quite work out because it didn't, unless of course there are no antique stores on my route between here and home. I don't know. Kind of in a bad mood now. That was such a letdown for all the excitement that led up to it, and me getting all ready, and me getting like no hours of sleep. Yeah, what do you see these cases? That it's just like there's cardboard boxes, and there's totes, and then there's these actual tube cases that were probably from TV repairmen back in the day. And it kind of like you set them down, you undo a little clasp, and you spread them out like a tackle box for fishing. Way to see. Pretty cool. So, not going empty-handed. Oh, I stopped by the way to load up on some diet soda. Shit, the 7-Eleven was out of soda. At least the soda I was going for. The shelves were empty. I don't know, it's weird. January's been weird. Oh shit, it's February now. Wow. Alright, well, okay. More later. Okay, well, I'm home. I gotta look at these things. It's just nuts. These cases, these tube salesman cases. Tube Caddy. Tube Caddy Junior, this one's called. This one's freaking gigantic. I can't wait to see. We use RCA tubes. The most trusted name in electronics. So, let's see. Here's case number one. So we got these two huge cases, and then I got a gigantic tote and a bunch of cardboard boxes. Unbelievable. Look at that. How cool is that? All right, I'm going to sit down and take a look here. A very old scotch taped list of tubes. I don't even know where to start, man. Wow. List prices for August 1972. Tube substitution guide. That's crazy. Man, this smells old. Boy, it smells like an attic. 6J, what was it, a 6J5 I think I need? Let me see if they're in here. I told him what it is. He goes, oh, there's got to be one in there. With all these, there's got to be one in there. I'm like, whatever. Okay, cool. Tube Caddy Junior. Wow, the smell. I don't know where. I gotta hide these somewhere so they don't. My whole house doesn't smell like an attic somewhere. Question is this all new old stock? I don't know. Well, in any case, no pun intended, this case is freaking very cool. That'll clean up. I'll probably end up doing that today at some point. Just cleaning up the outside of this thing. Make it smell less, I don't know, less like something. Now, holy moly, where do I begin with this Gigantotron here? All right, let me bring this over. All right. Yeah, buddy's hogging the heater. Okay. smokes. Holy shit. Holy shit balls. Alright, we gotta come over here and look. Wow. I should take pictures so I can look for particular numbers and stuff. I'd be here forever looking to log them all. Holy shit. Unbelievable. I mean, this could all be completely useless. Oh, what are these things? Oh. Oh, connectors and stuff? All right, I gotta sit down and take a look at those. All right. Okay, we got some fuses. Capacitor. It's like little pieces of sandpaper. Must be parts. Must have something to do with tubes. Relays? Capacitors? I don't know. Parts is parts. Okay, let's take a look at these other boxes. Holy smokes. So, close that up. Hit the button. How cool is that? Ha! All right, now we got all this stuff over here. These are cool looking. Two boxes of tubes. These look to be all the same kind. 35, 51. 35, 51, good. It has been so long since I had my hands on tubes. I mean, I remember I used to go down to the pharmacy with tubes, check them on the tube tester just for fun, to watch things light up. That's pretty cool. Alright, so that's that one. Let's on to the next box. Tubes. Good God. I would have to buy a tester. You know, and actually I've seen a good amount of testers for sale. Do I have a tester for testers? Well, I don't even know what I'm looking at here, but there's a lot of tubes. These are big ones. Crazy. Now, onto this giant tote. Okay, let's see. I have to go wide angle just to get into the box. Very fragile glass. Jeez. I mean, it's like overflowing boxes. Probably been burning a hole in this guy's house forever. You know, 50 years. Man. U.S. Army Signal Corps tube. Wow, what's that huge one? Beautiful, whatever it is. That's pretty looking. How do you tell by looking at it if it's any good or not? Yeah. So, yeah. So here, this is just a box full. A whole tote full of other boxes. And here's bags full. Yeah.
I can't copy you. I'm not getting a peek. How about you, Jerry?
Alright. So here we are. Got all these radios.
I guess I'll get out of here.
Got these 3 radios and 3 microphones.
I had no desire to
Thrown in the deal. They're good for parts, if anything. I mean, they got big heat sinks and shit all over them.
give up on my Friday night poker game with the boys. I've been playing poker with the same guys for over 35 years.
Crazy stuff.
Generally
All right.
Friday night.
Sorry about that. We have a 6-meter station going at the same time for the rally, and the audio is causing a lot of interference here. Anyway, so what was I talking? Oh, the RCAs, yeah. Oh, what are you using for a receiver? W2 is EZA, W1 VCM.
I'm glad you asked. W1 VCM, W2 ZZ America. Well, I'm using the receiver in the 756 Pro, which is it has an IFPSP in it, so it's not an SDR, but I'm actually listening on an SDR in Utica, New York, remotely over the internet. So there's a little bit of latency, but it allows me to hear myself as well as a number of other stations. I have a very noisy location at the home QTH here, so listening remotely from a quieter location is a much better plan, especially with AM and the difficulty of demodulating without a lot of noise. So I'm not sure what equipment that SDR is, but it's on the online SDR site. You pick it off the map and click on it and bring it up, put the frequency in. And I can see everybody in the AM window as well, which is really nice. So that's the story on the receiver here. Back to you.
Yeah, very good. I was using a 75A1. I'm also using a remote SDR It's about 35 miles east of here in Ashford, Connecticut, and it's my own remote. I'm the only one who can use it. I don't. It's not a publicly accessible SDR, so I have full control over it, and no time limits or any of that stuff. So, a friend of mine let me put that up, and it works very well. It's also much quieter than this location and much quieter than my home location. So I understand. It's the way to go. W1 VCM.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you. W2ZZA, VCM. Just wishing, before I clear everybody, a good evening and good luck on the AM rally. Our pleasure listening to, of course, all of us here, making my evening a very nice AM evening. And hopefully catch you guys tomorrow. I'll give it over to you, Larry. And with that, a pleasure listening to all of you. Whiskey 2 Hotel, Japan. Good night all.
W1, W1. George. 73, George.
Okay, George. Take care, George. Good to hear you. W1 VCM. I hear a bunch of other stations breaking in there. I still didn't work Lee. I heard him in here, but I don't know what happened. Standing by, W1 VCM.
W1 WOR.
Well, I heard W1 WOR. Go ahead. Name's Dave, W2ZZA.
W1 WOR. Go ahead, W1 VCM.
Hi, good evening, Larry, and hello, Dave, over there up in New York. We haven't spoken in a while. Last time I think we spoke I was N1A Al, still known as Al. Hello, Larry. Tell Bob Allison Alpha's online there, so he'll know. Good signals all around there, so we figured we'd jump in and say hello. We're down here in Greenwich, Connecticut, on the New York-Westchester line, 1 mile from my good friend N1BCG there. So, yeah, you're on the gates. I can remember when they brought that up to the league. We were part of the first of the AM rally running that back when, in 2019 or even more there. So, sounding good there. Yeah, that's an amazing museum there. I remember going, we were there for the 100th anniversary of N1BCG. I must have walked around that place 20 times, and every time I saw something different there. So, hopefully we'll be up there in April there. Back to you, Larry.
Yeah, it's been a while. I don't think I was here when you made the visit. In any case, are you on the gates right now, or am I thinking of somebody else?
Oh no, we're on the K7DYY with the Max audio processor and other things, and microphonium and audio destruction.
Yeah, right? Okay, anyway, sounds good. Sounds very good. I'm going to take a break myself and step out for a minute. Stretch my legs a little bit. So. Somebody else, take over the frequency. W1 VCM.
All right. Well, I'm on my way to the bus. That's why I tried to jump in there and see if I can get in there. And so, yeah, so it's been a while. So I hope things are good on your end.
Yeah, real good here, Al. Good to hear you. Boy, it's been some time. Trying to figure out why I'm getting noise in my monitor, but I guess it's probably RF. Yeah, I'm doing well. Was a little bit sick after the holidays, but you know how it is. People come in the house and spread their disease around, but I'm over that. And finally got the 1R1 back on the air after some audio issues, and seems like it's working okay. Still kind of dialing in the audio. I think my occupied bandwidth may be a little excessive. Back to you.
I was going to say, Dave, I don't know if you noticed, but you're like 20 kCE wide right now.
Yeah, I noticed it. I'm trying to dial it down somehow.
Yeah, I'm sure the guys up on 85 would appreciate that.
Sit, Ubu, sit. Good dog.